Hey everybody, I want to show you how to create a custom location for your Instagram post. Now I know a few months ago, Instagram released app update number 7.4.1, which among other things also removed the ability to create a custom location natively within the Instagram app. However, it is still possible to do it, and I'm going to show you exactly how. But first, why do you even want to create a custom location? Why would anybody do that in the first place, right? Well, there were a lot of people that were using it, mostly marketers, that were using it for call to actions like click link in bio or follow me on Twitter and all these other great call to actions. Of course, some people were using it purely for entertainment and funnies like stuck in the bathroom or hanging out in the dorm room, which aren't real. They are locations, but they're like micro locations, and you're not going to find them on a map. So you're not going to find them in the native Instagram app, or normally you wouldn't. However, there is a workaround to create these custom locations, and I'm going to show you exactly how. The first thing you need to do is make sure that your location settings are turned on and within the Facebook app itself. So on iOS devices, and I believe Android is the same, you'll need to go over to your settings and then Facebook settings. And in Facebook settings, you'll see location at the top. I happen to be using an iOS device here, but I believe Android is the same. So click on location and make sure that your location settings are turned to while using the app or always on. Android settings may be a little differently or worded differently. But if it's set on never, you're not going to be able to add a location, so this won't work for you. So it has to be turned on. I like while using the app because I feel like if it's turned on always, it uses a little bit more battery life. So knowing that that's turned on, then let's go into Facebook and let's create a check-in post. You can do this two ways, right? So you can click on status and then click on the little location marker down there in the middle to the far right. Or the easiest way is just to click on the check-in tab there. What comes up is a place where it's asking you to select nearby locations. As you can see, the top list of there is a custom location that I've already created called benricana.com, but I'm going to create a new custom location for this example. So let's come up with a custom location. Let's say, let's create one that's called click link in my bio. And if you want your location case sensitive, make sure you change it now. I just randomly typed that in, so don't ask me why in and my are lowercase, but whatever. But you'll see that Facebook didn't find that location, so it's telling you that you have the ability to add it. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on there. And once you add it, there's going to be some extra forms fields that it's going to ask you to fill in as if you're actually creating a real new location, which is what this functionality admittedly was created for, right? So if you click on home, you're going to get some odd settings where Facebook is trying to say that this is the home, and I think it maybe even be tied to your account. So don't click on home. I like to go down to date spot or dinner place, or better yet, how about let's do just for fun. Now, once you click on just for fun, it's going to ask you to choose a location. And the easiest thing is to say, I'm here right now. Now, some people don't want to give away their physical location. So this is where you could change it if you wanted to. I don't really mind that this location will be geotagged at my specific location, which currently is my house. So I'm going to choose I'm here right now. But if that's something you're concerned about, you can certainly change it by just typing a city that's further away or whatever and adding it there. So I'm clicking on I'm here right now. And it's asking for a few other things. Now, you don't have to fill out any of this stuff here where it's asking for a specific location. In the upper right corner where it says create, you can go ahead and tap on that and you'll see it's loading. What it just did there by showing that loading screen actually created that location in the Facebook database, and this step is done. You actually don't even have to publish this check-in post that you were beginning to create. So from here, you can just hit cancel in the upper left corner. Okay. Now, next, let's go over to Instagram and let's see if this worked. So let's create a post pick an image. I'm going to pick this one here, the Visual Social Media Handbook, which I'm currently writing, and I hope to have released soon. I don't have a date yet. I'm still working on chapters and getting some tips from great people like Sue B. Zimmerman, who's contributed. She's awesome. She's the Instagram expert. So if you guys are interested in more tips like this, I highly recommend that you follow Sue B. Zimmerman, the Instagram expert on Instagram. Sorry, I got distracted there. So I'm picking an image here and hit next. And you know how Instagram works, right? Add your filters and edit the photo. I'm not doing any of that stuff right now. And then where it says add location, let's click on that. Click link in. So there it is. Click link in my bio. But here it is, click link in bio. So all I would have to do is select it and it shows up there and it looks like a custom location. It's that easy. Excuse me. But I do want to tell you something here. So you saw the way that I created it. There are other people that know that this is how you can create a custom location, and they may have already created a custom location that you wanted to use. For example, let's say you just wanted to create one that was link in bio, right? So if you go into Instagram and you search for link in bio, you can see here this second one, it says Tatum Boulevard, Phoenix, and then the fourth one down, link bio, Round Hill Drive, Rockaway, and there might be others. People have already started creating these custom locations, so you could just as easily skip that whole creation part, just do a search and use one of those. So what are the pros and cons of that? Well, the pros is obviously much faster. You skip the creation process. You don't have to worry about that, especially if you don't like it being tied to your physical location. You don't have to go through that the process of choosing a city further away, etc. So it's just faster. The downside is that Instagram and Facebook are treating these as physical locations. So if you use one that's already been created and a viewer of yours clicks on link in bio because it's clickable within the app, it's going to pull up a map page and it's going to show all of the photos associated with that geotag, even though it's a mock geotag, which means yours will be mixed in with whoever else is also using this. Whereas if you created your own, you can't prevent other people from using that, but it's a little more likely that they won't. Does that make sense? Okay, so what are the pros and cons of using a mock geotag or a custom location versus using an actual location? Well, you're less likely to be found in a search, in a geo search, if you're using a mock geo, right? People aren't searching necessarily for link in bio or click link in bio or follow me on Twitter or stuck in the dorm room. They're searching for, hey, what's going on in my nearby area? What's going on in the city or the stadium or the small town? And so you're not going to be found that way. But if you're using a custom location or a mock geotag, you most likely aren't worried about that. What you're hoping to gain is the additional engagement by having a very visible call to action in your post. So that's just something to weigh, pros and cons. Do you need it? Do you want it? Is it better for your post to be found in search or not? Or is it better to have that extra call to action? So I hope this helps. And that's how you create a custom location in, obviously not within Instagram. It's tied to Facebook, so it's a little bit of a process. But I hope that helps explain it. And if you appreciate this tip, follow me on Instagram at benracana.com. Also follow Sue B. Zimmerman. She gives so much value and so many ninja tips like this as well. So yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. I really appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if this is on YouTube and where you're watching it. Share it, like it with your friends so they know how to create custom locations on Instagram as well. And I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.